stained with the greed and avarice of those who have thought only of their own profit. There are some dark pages in the history of the white man's dealings with the Indians, and many parts of the record are stained with the greed and avarice of those who have thought only of their own profit.
Wake up!
Yo, BM. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another stream number 7. We have the 7th reveal today. Only one left. Next week on Tuesday, we will have our final reveal. So I'm very excited about that. Hello, everyone. Yes, wake up. Yeah, another comment. So Dan, Eileen, how are you guys doing? How are you today?
Pretty good, Mocus. Just hanging out. Glad to be back. I missed the last one and ready to see what's going on with the Mibera next.
Yeah, and Eileen, I see you are cleaning the kitchen. So, yeah, you're busy. Love your name, by the way. Okay, she doesn't want to speak. Then, what do you think about the reveal today? Are you a fan of tattoos?
You know, I'm a fan of tattoos. I don't have any myself. It's not an issue of not liking needles or pain. It's an issue of ADHD, and I get drawn with my focuses other places super quick and never got around to it, Mocus. But I'm excited for tattoos on this phase of Mibera, though. How about you?
Yeah, I don't have a tattoo either. But I hear a lot of stuff. If you start with one, you won't end with one. So you will want to have another one and another one. And yeah, it's for me, it's not a no-go. So I wouldn't say never. But I haven't found anything that's so crazy appealing to me that I would have it on my for the rest of my life. So yeah, I'm open for it, but not. I haven't found anything that would I wanted to stick with me all my life. Yeah, maybe. First things first, we had today an announcement or a tweet by the Mibera account that now the peer-to-peer, or should I say B2B, trading is allowed. So you can go to honeyroad.xyz and you can change your Mibera with someone peer-to-peer. And yeah, let's look at that. I will share my screen. So here is the tweet. Exchange Live, P2P Mibera Exchange now operational on forums. By the way, you noticed that there is no Telegram chat, there is no Discord group for Mibera. The only way to communicate is on these forums on the Honey Road website. So let's look at that. Anya is also here. Hello, Anya,
Hello.
BM.
BM.
How are you?
I'm kind of shipping non-stop.
Why?
Like shipping stuff.
Are
Because
shipping?
I have shipping, yeah.
Okay.
In Russian, you can say S on fire. So my S is on fire.
Frosty is asking or saying, what the fuck is Jenny? We don't know if Jenny will join us today. He's supposed to come last time too, but then he rugged us. I assume he will rug us today too, but who knows? Maybe he will show up. So let's check out the Honey Road website. It's on the forum, and I haven't checked it out neither. Maybe go back to the tweet. So there was actually a better one from Fent. Yeah, this was like a tutorial. Go to Honey Road, click forum, and then exchange. So here you have this thread. Both parties have to be online. So if you want to trade with someone, and I read something about that. Only for 15 minutes you have time to do the transaction, otherwise it will be cancelled. But yeah, here's some activity. Some people are want to change. So if you want to change your Mibera, then feel free to go to the Honey Road website, and maybe you find someone who is willing to trade with you. Yeah, so today not a lot of happenings, because we can look at the document. We only have a tattoo and the overlay, this one overlay element. So not a lot of happenings, and this isn't relevant for the swag score. So yeah, so let's look at some tattoos on Magic Eden. Let's look at how many tattoos are there. So yeah, and once again, if you want to show your Mibera, go to the tweet, go to the live stream, and then reply with your image, and I will show it here. So someone already has something. Oh, I can't read that. I don't know what kind of tattoo this is. But yeah, nice little accessoire. So do you hear the music? No. Let's make a bit louder. Like this, yeah. Eileen, can you hear us? She's cleaning, by the way. So then you were, I think, you were also on this Apology DAO Twitter space, which happened right after our last stream.
Yeah, I was able to listen to it while I was doing other things. Yeah,
I was listening back, but it was amazing. It was a lot more than I thought it is. Can you maybe summarize in simple terms what the topic was and what we could find out?
So, I mean, I was doing other stuff, but like a too long bears can't read type of deal. I think they just kind of went over the basics of AppDAO. Migs, of course, jumped up there and had quite a few questions to ask them.
I heard that.
You know, if that doesn't happen, then I got to call him and get worried and make sure he's okay. But come to find out that it looks like they got to update their docs a little bit. So there were some things that were still kind of left to be filled in. But they did kind of go over just the basic structure, talk about the beekeepers and all that stuff and what the roles meant. I do believe they mentioned that they'll have another one coming up at some point as well.
Okay. Yeah, so for those of you who are interested, there is also a stream with Jenny and me. You can watch it back to learn more about Appiology DAO, and very, very important information that you only have around 4 days now to take your seat. So you need all the NFTs, the honeycomb, and all the 6 honey jars to take your seat, because after this deadline, so after Monday, you won't be able to take your seat. You will only able to take part on this auction. So if someone is willing to give up his seat, it will going to an auction, and then you can participate in that auction. But only until Monday you will have time to take your seat with these NFTs. So yeah, those of you who are interested. Okay, so let's look at the tattoos. I see most of them, so around 58% have no tattoos, 0 tattoos. And yeah, let's look at some. Is someone familiar with some of the tattoos? Have you looked at it on the Honey Road?
I saw Mibera tattoos and also the face tattoos with like teardrops and stuff.
Also, you have face tattoos also under this category, because we were talking about that they might be face accessoires.
Yeah, I think they were saying that tattoos are like on the wrist or arm, and then face accessories were tattoos on the face. At least that's what I thought.
Yeah. So let's look at the rarest one. There is one with castle neck. Well, yeah, that's on the face. Yeah, it's the rainbow colors. Yeah, you have here a teardrop. Yeah, but this is the eye trait. Yeah. So this one is. Am I right? This is a one of one.
Which one?
Tattoo,
it doesn't look for me.
Neck. Only one of them. So this should be a rare one.
Wow.
Has nothing to do with the swag score, but only one of a kind with this castle neck. So we talked about it with Gumi. I think she was here on the fifth review stream and the 6th one. But on the 5th one, she said that there will be one of a kinds, so which exists only once in the collection, and there will be typical one of ones which looking completely different, like a collection in the collection. And this is a sort of one of a kind, because you don't have another trait with the castle neck. Yeah, so congrats to the owner. And the other rare one, we have 80 of them. This one. Oh, I can't see that. On the arm. what does it say? It says, without fear, without hate.
Oh,
So,
nice.
are you familiar with the tattoos? Where do they come from, and what do they mean? Will they have any relevance? What do you
I think
think?
I think there's some spiritual tattoos from different like mythologies and religions, but I don't fully remember which ones. For example, I think there's like swastika and also Indian from Indian mythology on the arm. Also Turkish sun and a star on the hand. From their flag.
So we have a time tattoo. Do you have any tattoos, Anya?
Oh, I actually got a Mibera tattoo. A couple of.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
I
showed
posted
that.
on the timeline.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's like this with this smiley. Yeah.
Yeah, with the smiley, like a dead flower and with the thorns.
Yeah, nice. Well, so have you noticed then, were you searching for rare ones or were you sniping after the swag scores?
You know, Mokus, I'm half of Bears Unchained, and my other half there is the most bullish person I've ever met in my entire life about anything when it comes to Mibera. So when I say that, he hits me up and says, "Hey, I need your help to go over things." This is like an hours long endeavor. So while I have gone through so many of this stuff, I have just the one, Mokus. I've only ever had the one. I've only ever really wanted the one. Like, I'm good to go. I don't really play that game, you know? But the other half of Bears Unchained, man, just by proxy, I've been playing that game with my buddy there. So he's gone through and we've tapped all the possible combinations, all the best buy purchase opportunities, man, and he's jumped on them. And the ones that he didn't jump on, we went over in our own space to let other people jump on them. So, but me, one and only one, Mokus. I do the one.
You do the one. Yeah, so Mix is really obsessed with these huntings, and yeah, I hope for him that he will find, he will succeed, and he will get rewarded because he deserves it a lot. Yeah, let's look at some of yours. If you commented here on the stream, can't see any other one. Maybe I refresh.
I think I haven't gotten any tattoos on my Miberas. Tattooless.
I have to admit, I struggle to see any tattoos and any interpretation, any meaning to it. I read that linear lotus, but I don't know what this is. And do you think there will be any benefit or any something on top of that, or is it simply artistically something to add?
I think Han would be a cool person to chat about all the spiritual stuff.
Yeah, Han, yeah.
I think she will give us tea about the.
She's a Barabedi, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was commenting here a lot, and she had very interesting insights from the astrology side and the esoteric side. Yeah, would be interesting to hear her view. Yeah, so do you know anything about the overlay which got revealed now, the element? I think it's this one.
Ah, wow.
So I think that's whether you're like an ancient or a modern, and isn't it like also if you're on land or water or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. So Where can I element? It was like I saw something with the sun sign. No. Element here. We have 4 elements. Water seems to be the most rare one.
How does it look like?
So we have the 4 elements: water, fire, earth, and air. Air seems to be the most common one.
Yep, that's me.
This is air?
That's you.
What
No,
the
not
hell?
that one. Just the most common of everything.
Maybe you have a low swag score.
No, I got like right in the middle. It's gonna.
But maybe you can,
Yeah.
maybe you will get lucky and pull a 1 of 1.
I don't get lucky on NFTs, Mokus. That's why I do the one.
So those who don't know, on the final reveal on Tuesday, not only the last trait will be revealed, but anybody who does not have a rare one or has basic stuff, and I think there are some exceptions. I can't remember which ones, but you have also a chance to get a 1 of 1. So you won't know which NFTs will become a 1 of 1 until the last reveal. Yeah. So Anya, show us yours.
I have 2 air ones and one fire.
Here we have Thomas. That's a nice one. I like the glasses. It's strange that the tattoos are not included in the swag score.
Yeah. That's why I think it's like they have like this special like meta meaning, you know what I mean? And they're all like, for example, there's one jaguar, I think it's from Mayan culture, and they're all like ancient tattoos. I mean, some are like modern. What's the name of this guy who was playing? I think he's a fighter, like a rock, or he has like a tattoo on his cheek, like a tribal tattoo.
I don't
American actor, or what's his name?
You mean the MMA fighter?
Yeah.
I think I know who you mean, but I don't know the name.
Not the Rock. Yeah. Good with this stuff.
So yeah, looks nice. We have some nice Miberas here. That's an interesting one. Why is that? Huh? Let's check the other ones. So the elements are Mike Tyson. You mean Mike Tyson? Yeah. But he's not an MMA fighter. He was a former boxer. So
I have to say this reveal is not as cathartic as the other ones.
No, but I'm wondering if there's maybe more to it.
Yeah, maybe some kind of connection to the tarot cards also with all the elements.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Maybe they're like fire, water, earth, and then combining 4, because I remember Yanni posted something like you have to gather 4 Miberas for liquid baking to have some cards to play with. And I'm thinking, what if you like collect all 4 elements and they kind of combine into one, you know, a super set? Similar to honey jar stuff.
So you think you could have an extra benefit if you have all 4?
Mm-hmm. Because he posted once about 4 and said you could flip one for a year of burgers. I remember that super clip.
That's a nice one too.
Okay, I'm dropping mine into your comments right now.
Yeah, should I search for the tweet from Jenny?
Yeah, year of burgers. I'm kind of bummed that Dan is not here. Oh, not Dan, Mix is not here.
Mix, yeah.
Dan, do you think Mix would come or he's like busy tonight?
Hello.
No, the last DM I have with him, he is MIA, so he's probably in a meeting or something. I know he's pretty busy.
In the parking lot looking for his wallet.
Hey, Eileen.
Hey. Sorry.
How are you?
It's been okay. Token 2049 dropped a lot of the videos, so I've been catching up on that in the past 2 days. Yeah.
Any alpha?
Buy everything.
Oh yeah, so you recommend to watch those?
I think, yeah. Most of the, it's really interesting conversations that gets brought up.
I can't find it. Do you remember, Eileen, that Jenny posted something about the elements? Can't find any tweet.
I think Gumi would be the one to spill.
Hang on, let me advance search.
Did I write it wrong? Well, yeah. So what do you think, Eileen? Is there something on top of the tattoos?
I quickly just scanned through them, and I think that what's surprising to me was that I saw in Mibera with back of their arm or back of their hand, back of their palm, whatever the fuck, the opposite side of your palm, had a tattoo on it, and I thought they were only going to be on arms, so it was a location thing that kind of threw me off.
Yeah, we saw the rarest one is on the face. So that's weird too. But what I saw, someone posted a picture and the element was very weird because it had some sort of background. This one. So you see, there's a circle.
Wow.
Oh, that's the ancient thing. Ancient or not thing.
So what was that? You have around 30%, 31% chance to be an ancient.
I think less. Hang on.
I think it's if you're on land or water too or something. I think it means a bunch of stuff. Mine is a triangle with a line through it. So I'm a modern, and I think that means you're on land or something.
So ancient you have 1,416, and modern you have 8,574. So that's a very, very big difference.
Wow.
There's only 15% that's ancient.
15%.
Of the whole collection.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then last time, a couple days ago, I thought that maybe there's something that can be done with ancient and modern. So if you had an ancient, you have to find the same astrological sign or something, and then find the counterpart.
It's your twin spirit or something?
Yeah. And then I was like, hey, if there's a play here, maybe it's you have to, for every ancient there's 85% the rest of the collection being not ancient, so you have a few to select from, but there's only that one ancient. So maybe you have, what is that fucking ratio actually? 8, 5, 7, 4. So 6. 1 in every 6 is an ancient, and then you have like 5 to 6 other possibilities to match like a modern, and that could be a play.
So Anya mentioned something that she remembers that Jenny mentioned something about if you have all the 4 elements, you will have some sort of benefit.
Like a Power Rangers kind of situation.
Yeah. You can fusion them. Become a super Mibera.
Man, expect the unexpected in this case. Like, I don't know where to look. I don't know where to expect anymore.
So that's weird. Yeah.
I don't remember anything about the elements though. I think he did say like, if you do have a couple, then you can like sell one for whatever, then one
Euro
for moon.
burgers.
And, yeah.
Euro burgers.
Okay,
Oh,
I found
man.
with the Euro burgers. So he posted. I can send you a link in the chat. So he posted it with the Fire Mibera 1-on-1s. I send you in the group chat.
Let's see.
You making it harder for future you to take chips off the table as you form an inventable emotional connection with Mibera. A bag of 4 means flip a Euro burgers, flip for internal exuberance, keep for a moon bag, forever Mibera.
Yeah. But I think it's not related to the elements. I think yeah. So if you're trading NFTs, you always struggle. If you have one, you don't want to sell, but you also want to make some profit, so you struggle. And he basically says you need 4 of them. One you flip for burgers, and one you flip for irrational exuberance. One you keep for Moonbag, and one Mibera forever. That's actually a very good advice. Because yeah, I've been there.
If you were to buy 4 a couple of weeks back, you would have been able to get that same amount for quite a bit less, right? So if your game is to get 4, you want to wait till everyone's kind of like, oh no, I'm at a loss. Like I was searching for the rarest, I'm done. So you want to get that low for your 4, you know what I mean? So someone like myself, I just do the 1, but if all these people aren't here for the vibe and they're just here for rarities because they want to flip, like I'm all for it, you know, because I'm here for the rave shit, not the crypto shit. So I'm ready to pick up more.
The worst one.
I think people are sitting there like, okay, my rarity's gone. Like I'm not getting that top or that low, so I'm just gonna floor it, and for however many I got to go ahead and get the rare that I want. So this type of situation is an opportunity for people like myself, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when you mentioned, like, when you mentioned yours just keep getting more and more common as the reveals happen, but then like through the swag score, I think you're now sitting on the rare spectrum, just the opposite end, right? Because it's like the lowest swag score and the highest swag score are the rarest.
Yeah, I think I was going through it, and I had like, in terms of the formula, it was like dead in the middle for everything. I wasn't like in the high or the low. It was just like the worst possible scoring you could get in any situation. Like I'm not rare on the social score, and I'm not rare on Magic Eden. I just fantastic, just awesome.
You're the mid curve.
Mid curve.
Mibera mid curve. So okay, guys, let's talk about your expectations. Because I think in the next and last stream, we won't have the chance to talk about the future, talk about these kind of stuffs. I hope Jenny will join us then and explain everything. This will be like an enlightening moment. So let's talk about it today. What do you expect? What do you think? How it goes on and stuff like that. Dan said, I think what will happen too, that people are expecting or maybe pricing in a premium to hope to get a one-off one or a rarer one, and if they don't get it, then they will floor their Mibera, and I hope to scoop one or two. I haven't bought till yet, but I plan to buy one or two on top. I have now 6, but I plan to buy 2 more. And yeah, I heard something very good today, that community is building in the bear. I think it was Luca who said that. Luca Netz, the founder of, not the founder, but the can call
Community
him
takeover.
from Pudgy Penguins. He said that they've been also through it, so they had also very bad moments, and this is the time when the community forms. So if people are here and stuck here despite being down, and I think we are over the mint price, so those who minted aren't that down, but maybe some are disappointed. But I think every collection, every community needs a phase where hype disappears, where a real community start to form, and then with time you can move on. So I think not only Mibera, but all the Bera chain NFTs and communities are going through that. And I think because the community is so strong, despite being bad down in Bera terms, I think everyone will come back much stronger. Because I can't compare with any other chain. If you look at Arbitrum or Optimism, Polygon, or I don't know, Say, Sui, and some stuff like that, nowhere is such a strong community. Nowhere is a stronger community than on Bera chain, and I think that's one of the strengths which Bera chain has. And Mibera, with the liquid backing stuff and with the art, has, in my opinion, the best chances to be the number one with Steady Teddies. So I'm not afraid of at all, and I'm here for it. So whatever happens, I'm happy to be part of it. And yeah, I hope we can continue to vibe also after the final reveal, maybe in form of podcasts, maybe in form of Twitter spaces, but definitely at least on the timeline, because this is something special, I think. Yeah, what do you think?
What is what do you want us to actually share, like about the expectation of Mibera, or like I guess the future of Bereshing, because it's quite loaded.
Well, I mean, we've all heard Janny say time in is greater than timing, right? So if you've attended any of his spaces, I know he's said that as much as he's called himself a hot dog. So when you think about that, that's the time in is the part at which the community forms, right? The timing is the part where people come in for those huge gains, right? So right now we're time in, right? We've all spent time in these streams. We've all spent time in group chats, going through all of these things together, you know? So we're creating that community. The price is going to go up, the price is going to go down for everything. But if you're not specifically here for the price, right? And you're here for that, that time in aspect of stuff. Like you can consequently know the timing of things, right? I've been in Berachain since Ardio started, the next phase of it, and since we launched. And while everyone's flooding the charts and the price point, I was like, I've been here long enough to know this is a good long opportunity. You know what I mean? And I was super happy, got my stuff, continued my way, and business as usual. And I'm back here on another spice to do the time in. So you got to really kind of understand what it is you're here for.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, also the honeycombs, I think they minted in 2023. And for the first months nothing happened. And only after that, it became valuable. So, Miladies too didn't mint out for weeks or months. And then suddenly they become strong. So anything needs time. Also the chain, lot of things, lot of obstacles, but I think they have a good chance to master that. Eileen, what was you thinking?
Regarding, I guess what the two of you shared is more on the less to do with the Mibera, but I'll speak on that as well. I think people might, maybe within the first 12 hours, people might sell because they don't get like the rarity they want or something, or they don't like the item that Mibera is holding. But I think it's really, from what I see, it's really kind of like when someone sweeps a grail, that's what really drives attention. Because, Janny already said that he's going to do that. So I don't really think I have any expectation other than what I literally just mentioned. Regarding everything else, I think to me, it's kind of very, very interesting to see like a new L1 pop up, and like only 3 months in, but like with every single turbulence, people are kind of just tired and stuff like that. And I think that a lot of the people, it's probably their first time going through like L1 launching, so that's why they feel like this.
Yeah, for sure.
But it takes a lot of time, and it's not just like competency or like not the right moves and stuff, but every single thing has taken a lot of time. And what really made me aware of Mibera is the fact that Jenny is very, very focused on the Genesis culture. And a lot of people don't really understand that because they just see like the floor price or the charts, like how it's doing, and therefore establishing some sort of value. But Genesis culture has actually brought like chains back to life. So there was this fucking crazy guy in 2020 or 2021. He created like this framework on Solana, and it helped to launch, smart contracts and shit. Even to this day, it's still being used. And then later on, we all know like the story of FTX and everything, but what he did was like around 2 years ago, launch an NFT collection on Solana. And because of the person that he was and his business partner, they were like nerds, just developers, very, very nerdy people. And they literally, I don't know, I think like attracted a lot of the people who were in their proximity, who were also nerds. And that collection is Mad Lads. And even if you ask Anatoly today, Mad Lads was like an inception point at which Solana was brought back to life. And so if you've ever wondered in the last 2 years, like why is Mad Lads getting all these airdrops and shit, it's because every single Genesis Lads holder is actually a founder or like working on C-levels and stuff within that ecosystem, right? And so of course they would get their airdrops. And so like I've seen that done before, multiple times, but this is the second time that I'm recognizing, okay, the Genesis culture around NFT, it's not just, when people say community, it's not just like a group of people chatting, but more so people who are really, really into something, and it's like a very niche thing. And to be honest with you, I'm actually pretty pissed off at the majority of you guys always having to, you know, find yourself in a position where you have to defend any project that you believe in. Because if you believe in, you don't have to fucking defend it.
Totally.
And so, yeah, for me, it's very clear what Mibera is. And it's yeah, and not, I don't bother like thinking like, oh, is this ever going to be mainstream, or is this never going to be this and that? Because for every single second that I spend thinking about those things is something that I could be building, right? So that's kind of why I ended up joining part of. And I'd say the Discord delete is very interesting, because if you think about like internal communities, a lot of them are like private group chats and stuff. But I think Mibera wants to actually be found through different like streams. So it's not just this secret society kind of thing. Because Mibera is like, if you look at all the traits and all the stuff, it's trying to reach out to very different people, and being like silent about it. But then when people discover it and they go, oh my god, I actually can relate to some of these traits. I think that's the magical part about Mibera.
Yeah, and also like truly decentralized at its core, that all the communities are not governed, you know, it's truly ungovernable, I think.
Yeah, and also I think it's kind of also difficult, because if you, I'd say, you know, if I search like Mibera on Twitter, I would see a bunch of people who don't really understand it or haven't spent that much time, and just like speaking about it like something else. But at the same time, the collection has just launched. We are literally going through the reveal phases. The documents for liquid backing and everything is not even out yet, so there's not that much to say.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you know, like what I do is I save those screenshots, or like I save those messages, and then just reply when those things are ready.
I think it's actually a great strategy. I think everyone should do that. I think it's a masterclass on like learning how to navigate in this space, to be honest, because like it's so complicated, so tough to go through all of this. Or for example, the VL checker, right? The Sibyl attacks, all this kind of stuff. How much shit it brought to the light, you know? It was so much fun, so much complexity, and also the tech development was so focused on it. And it somehow kind of went unnoticed. And when you study FUD against Mibera, against Yanni, it's mostly like community managers saying, fuck Chain, like, bring back my money. I bought it $14 and now it's $2.
I honestly believe like people, by the way, Vision London, how many people listening to this stream on Twitter? It's 543. So I honestly believe that most Mibera holders do not even know the existence of honeyroad.xyz. Because if you think about the Mibera whitelist, right, a lot of them were community teams and everywhere else. And of course, like the Henlo side of things. So it's like, I don't know, maybe because right now Bear chain projects are not like the hottest. So this wave of meta coming out, like a bunch of these people who actually have Miberas, their attention is like somewhere else. They don't even fucking know about like Honey Road and stuff, right? But but you know, to be very, very fair, the fact that nobody is talking about this, Jenny has like publicly disappeared for a week, and there's still 543 people listening to our shit. it's like that. This is the fucking Genesis culture. Like this is the seventh time. Is it the seventh time or the
I
seventh
think it's
time?
3 months now we're gathering.
Yeah. So it's a long time, and it's the seventh time. Even without Janny, even without Gumi, like people are still showing the fuck up. Like this is the part that matters, you know.
Totally.
Exactly. As I said once in, I don't know which stream it was, but for the need for something to be successful is the strong community. And honestly, I haven't seen a community which is that committed, which is that I don't mean I think Mibera has around 4,000 holders, 4,000 something, and we are 500 people here who are that into it, that giving up on a Thursday night in my time to listen to the one of the most least interesting reveal stage, because we had some interesting one, but this is not the most interesting one, and people still show up. And honestly, I thought that at this stage Mibera would dip under the floor price, under the mint price, and we're still above that. We discussed even before the mint that maybe there's a possibility that the collection won't mint out till the reveal, till May the 20th. That was a possibility, but it minted out and people stuck here. And I can say I can speak from myself, and what I see in our community, what I see with Eileen, with Enya, and the other ones, that you don't even think of selling or leaving, and you're so attached to it, and you're so vibing with the collection that you say, this is the one which I want to be a part of, and which I want to do the work, want to put in my effort to be successful. So Eileen said a lot of stuff about the Medlets collection, which is very true, and I share that opinion, that if only people come together and they're not worried about the floor price, and they're not looking to flip and make financial gains, that's not not the highest priority, but to come together and have fun. I think that's the part which can lead to success. Define success. I don't mean the floor price. The floor price would be a consequence of that. I think which is important, maybe we can discuss that with Jenny next time, about the Discord. Some people would love to have a Discord. Some people would love to have a Telegram or something else. I don't know if it's intended to be active here on the forum, or you can have other group chats like on Twitter or on Telegram. Maybe we can find out later. But for me, I decided that I want to do more about Mibera, and that I want to be more active also on the timeline, and bring awareness to the collection. Which I think would be important and maybe difficult, is that you need, for a collection to grow, you need to bring in new people. and we need to find a way how do we do that. And yeah, that will be difficult, and it also depends on the market, because if the market is good and Bitcoin reaches all new time highs, then people will come in and people will discover a lot of things on the timeline. They will also see Mibera, and maybe they will join. I don't know, but it has a good chance. Mibera has a good chance to be appealing for new people too, because it has a story, it has a good vibe, it has something special. And if we can represent Mibera, then we can be like the first point for them, first touching point on the timeline, and they then dig deeper to it. Because I'm thinking, how was I introduced to NFTs? I saw badass people who made good trades, who were maybe influencer. They rocking a PFP like I don't know, Bored Apes or Miladies, and this is how I thought, okay, the collection needs to be something good because this person rocks it, and this person find it good. So this is how I imagine how Mibera could be successful, that we are active on the timeline and we are actively showing the world what Mibera is. As you said, Eileen, that I think a lot of people they don't have even a clue about Mibera chain, so it's not that bad that they don't know about Mibera. Yeah, so
which is kind of ironic. Like, so on the suggestion for like community side, I talked to Gumi about this, and I said like maybe the number one thing we lowest hanging fruit right now is like creating the community on X through the actual Mibera account. So I don't know if you guys have been part of these things, but like there are a bunch of communities, and every single time someone posts under that community, everybody else in the community sees, but you can also rep the community on your own profile. And this is a pretty interesting way to be like aware of new things, because there are definitely a lot of like the things that have not existed before, but I follow some people and I see that they're posting under these things, and then I go check it out. So I think that's like a low-hanging fruit. But the other thing is like Mibera's is at 409.2k all-time volume. So
oh yeah, what do you think about this 24-hour volume measurements? I think it's a little bit stupid, like every day, like that's weird. Or it's normal for NFT volume.
I mean, I think it's just a trading thing. Just whatever past 24 hours is 24-hour, but like all volume is actually like for more than 400k Vera. So that's not even including the actual mint. So whatever the fuck this is, I think that first of all, it's livelihood. Second of all, I could say there are definitely a lot of Veras that are trading, but are just not like maybe active on Twitter or something like that. Yeah, but this is like a really, really big deal. Most 10K collections don't achieve this kind of measurement, right?
Not even minting out, by the way.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think this number will probably turn to 800k within a month because of all the grails.
Yeah. What do you think about the grays, about the one-of-ones? We saw that in the steady collections, someone bought this golden Habibi one, this with the G-Hub. I think that was 5k Vera. That was around 22K in USD terms. So it was the highest sale, I think, in the Steadies collection. Do you think Mibera could top that?
Yes, yes.
So more than 5K sale.
So, I think so with Teddy's, they had like they had 7 or 8, right? They had like the number 1111, 2222, 3333, 4444, and then all the way to like was Teddy's like an 8K collection, 10K,
Yeah,
something like that. So
8888.
yeah, so they have like 8 grails, and
I
the
think
8
they
grails.
have 30, I think 32, 33,
Oh, really?
31 here, legendary. Yeah.
Okay. And so are they like different? Are they like more rare and then there are the grails?
They're all these one-of-ones, yeah. Really one-of-ones. Like this one.
Yeah.
Let's show them all. Yeah. So they're one of a kind. And how the Habibi, this one, got sold. It's already listed for 42,000, but it sold for 5,000 a few days ago.
Crazy. Do you know who bought it?
That would be a badass PFP.
The person that has it has a really, really good Mibera.
Which one? Do you know?
I don't remember. You have to check on chain by yourself. But in any way, like the reason why is like, so the grails that we have been shown so far, right? They're element related, but then there was also like the one that looks like the Princess Serenity from Sailor Moon, so like this moon princess thing, and it's just like, I think if it was just elements, it would be maybe 6 to 8. But if there are like horoscopes or anything else, there's gonna be like really, really different ones. That's just not a skin or something to do with pop culture, but it's really, really deeply embedded in like, human history. And I think there will be collectors for those. So that's the reason why I think. But also at the same time, in theory, what's supposed to happen, right, is liquid backing going up. And then whatever that corresponds to will correspond to the grail. At least that's my understanding of NFTs. So for example, if in some crazy world, Miberas were at like 600 Bera, the liquid backing is probably 600 Bera, and the grails is probably 10K in Bera.
Yeah. This will need time. So the liquid backing is now at 2 Bera.
Yeah, and
I think exactly.
Actually, nobody can use it.
0. I didn't try because yeah.
Yeah, we're not able to use it yet. We can just like kind of look around and click some buttons, but we can't use it yet.
And hope for the better. I dropped in the chat like a fun tool, which the school dev built. IEV, sorry to fuck up your name. He built also furthermore app with the better yields, and I asked him to add Mibera to this chart. It's the Steady Teddy and the Beat Bears, and which will flip which, and hopefully Mibera would be on the list soon.
Yeah. Yeah, will be interesting to see. Yeah, so I don't know. Anything else for next Tuesday before the final reveal? So let's see. Overlay rank. That's this one. That's the bottom left one.
Uh,
And we will have masks and the items. Oh yeah. Kigu's robes. I think these are already
Already.
revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, one on
Scenery
ones also.
backgrounds. What are scenery backgrounds?
I think it's I honestly think they're gonna be GIFs. So like
Ah,
so uh for those people who had like simple backgrounds, by the third reveal, your background changed to some crazy shit. And I don't know. There's too many things is gonna happen next Tuesday because there's always like surprises that's not written in the documents, that's not written anywhere else, and it's just like, oh, it's happening. For example, like the simple shirts, right? Like that was actually a really really crazy play. Because people who went through those and looked at everything, it wasn't just sorting by rarity or selecting by what trait you thought would be cool. But yeah, those simple shirts actually have some really cool writings on them, and they're not showing up in the metadata in the same way as a trait. So I think it's like fun things like that will always happen in Mibera universe, and I don't know, who knows. At this point, I'm just like assuming, um, assuming that I don't know anything, and that anything can happen.
do you expect something extraordinary for next Tuesday? So something, an announcement, an unexpected.
I expect
Don't know
Yannick
what.
with surprises.
I think Jenny will do something, something special.
Yeah.
Can't be that he only comes up and hey guys, this is the reveal. it will be something special.
Bring
Yeah.
back Milady's on Vera Chain.
Yeah, imagine.
Oh. But I think the masks are interesting because the masks make no sense to me at all. So
Are they included in the swag score?
yes, I think so. But like as a plus, not a multiplier. So I think there were like several that is supposed to be a 1-1. So I'm not sure if that means if you have like a 1-of-1 mask, would you get like a 1-of-1 item? I don't know. I think maybe some of these guys that have something would just transform into something else entirely without the grail. So yeah.
Yeah.
Can never imagine what's going on in the creators world. Other than that, I'm expecting something to happen with elements though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird that they're not in the swag score, and they're yeah. They should have a function. Yeah. Okay. Something else you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about the NFT season. Since 0x Dial brought it up. So the reality is that in most billionaires' homes, there are more art in terms of valuation than the actual homes they own around the world. And that's because it's easier to transport art than not. NFT collection kind of do something like that. It's when you have a lot of money, you don't know what to do with it, you buy a lot of bullshit. But not only as that, but kind of like store value. So like Raoul, his thesis is like, okay, so if you're bullish on some sort of token, and you want to buy, like if you think like a community is good and the floor price will go up, it's actually more bullish to buy the actual NFT than the actual token, because you will be able to benefit from both prices going up. I think what might happen is we have to reach those highs first on basic token, and then for
Mhm.
people to be like, okay, I'm gonna buy some shit, and then they start aping into some shit, and that's when NFT season will probably happen. To what degree, I don't know, because NFTs have changed a lot in the past couple years, and yeah, I don't know. I think right now the largest ones are like builder communities, developer communities, as well as like IP NFTs. Um, but NFT DeFi is a new thing, and Miberas are going to be the first ones to do it. So maybe whenever the rest of the stuff is okay. But also like NFT DeFi, the DeFi side is always slower because it takes time for people to catch up on what that thing is, and then for them to gain results and then share with other people. So I'm expecting a bit like slower adoption on it.
Yeah, I agree with that. So first, people need to get rich, and then they will spend money on luxury like NFTs, digital art. That's the thesis, yeah. Yeah. Anything else we should talk about?
Did we miss something from last? I feel like last time was a bit short. Because last time was glasses. Did you guys expect what the glasses to be the way it is? I mean, like everybody's got access to the vending machine, but this is not how I thought it would turn out. Because like some of them are just really quirky.
So what did you expect?
I thought like it would be more like I thought the ones that I liked was going to turn out like normal, but then with the expression of the Mibera, it's just like funny. So here's the deal, right? on a lot of like the glasses, it's transparent, so you can see the eyes. And I thought like, okay, maybe this is just gonna be one of those cases where it's just another trait. But when you overlay like the glasses on top of each specific eye, it looks totally different. It changes the whole vibe. And I went through the Joker collection to like really find out what this is or how I felt about it. So if you go under face accessory, Joker.
Face accessory. Joker. Yeah.
So if you look at every single one of them, even though they're also like I would expect all of them to just look like Joker, but because all the eyes and all the glasses are different, they actually give very, very different vibes.
Mm. Yeah.
You mean each eye? Or
Yeah.
each glass on the eye? Or each glass on the glasses?
Yeah, just like all the combination of the possibilities in the collection. So like a Joker with like a darkly shaded or like covering up the eyes so it's not transparent to see the eyes. It has a very, very different vibe from like one that's like not or has like special hearts and sparkles and stuff in their eyes.
Oh, I see.
Oh, here's a Joker with a Kiku.
Yeah.
Cool.
Crazy.
Want. How much is it? Not listed, right?
Not listed, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for my loss.
Joker with an hijab.
Check 9519 at the end of the list. 9519.
This one.
No. To the right of you. Yeah. So the girl in.
This one.
Yeah. So because of the snow goggles, it makes the whole thing different. You know what I mean?
Like
Like it's no
Vinicius mask
longer.
almost.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's no longer just this a Joker thing. It's like and like the placement of the eye area on the snow goggles, it just looks super fucking funny
Yeah.
and also creepy.
And long sleeves. The mixed long sleeves are super rare and
Yeah.
creepy, yeah, for sure.
I like the Kigu one. Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, now 642 people have tuned in to
Hello.
Hello.
I think it's adding up. So those who are joining later, it keeps on counting.
Oh really?
I think, yeah, on Twitter,
Oh, okay.
on X, yeah. But
Drop
yeah.
your comments. What do you guys think we should chat about? Maybe if you have any questions.
I know a lot of people are working or supposed to be working. But like
Supposed to be.
and they're just listening in.
Just like me.
Yeah, exactly. Just like you.
It's like 12:30 my time, but I'm here, still
Yeah.
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah, nice one.
What are your
Okay.
expectations, by the way, for one of ones? I realized I didn't ask you. Mokus.
Who?
You. Mokus.
Me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad because I would love to have one, but I think it would be so crazy expensive that I can't get one. I don't want to commit myself, but if I would get a one of one, most likely I would PFP it and make my brand about it. It would be super awesome because it's so where was the one of one? Here is one, and
The Earth Girl. Fire Girl. Air Girl.
oh, here, yeah.
Yeah.
So the art, it's really different than the other ones.
Yeah.
It's like made by painting.
Yeah.
It looks like a painting, and I really love that. It has something smooth. It does not look like generic. It looks really like it is a one of one, and I really love that.
Actually, Gumi
Yeah.
painted them all by hand, all one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so nice.
So she did that like for 42 of them. What do you think? Is this King Arthur?
Yeah.
Like
is it?
I don't know.
Maybe it's a
She
girl.
said-
Wasn't Jeanne d'Arc?
Arc? I don't know.
She
Yeah.
said something that there will be some elements, and there will be zodiac signs,
Yeah, I expect
And-
that one, yeah.
there will be some other stuff which she didn't want to touch on. So there will be some more than 42.
Ah, shit.
She said that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be very interesting. And the bad part is that we will have this stream here, and I can't look for other ones. So I think when the reveal will happen, people will snipe and will scroll for listed ones, people who don't realize that they got a one of one and listed for 30% above the floor. So people will run and will try to snipe them, which we can't do here live on stream. So yeah, that will be pain.
All right, guys. Next stream we're gonna be 10 minutes late.
Yeah. Exactly. Maybe we should really do that. I think we were sniping, or I was at least sniping the first wave when people were dumping.
Yeah. I bought one too. Then yeah.
Actually, the floor is so good right now. It was like 55 bears. People were, I don't know how to say, paper handing, and then it went up a little bit, 58. Maybe still the same price is kind of good.
What's so interesting to me is like I don't even know if these people know that the Miberas are getting revealed through time.
Oh, and for sure, I think they don't have no clue. Like, or for example, you remember recently there was a FUD, and this guy's like, "Oh, Mibera is unflippable," blah blah blah. And I think I was just thinking to myself, yeah, it's not a meme coin, dummy. Like, it's not about that. I think it's too long. Like, and like, of course, obviously, it is too long. It's entire ecosystem around Mibera. It's not just like a fucking fart coin. You know what I mean? Jesus
So yeah,
Christ.
that's why I think it needs time to reshape this this whole community, because there are still people in here who have no clue about Mibera. Yeah, are waiting. What I love to look at is the listed count. So it looks pretty healthy. Because if you have a lot of listings, there are a lot of traders, and if it goes down, it seems that people like it and don't want to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm super interested to, you know, maybe interview like 20 people 1 year from now to be like, hey, so
yeah.
What made you sell your Mibera and buy back later? And they'll be like, oh my god, I can't believe I had, because you know this is the shit that always happens, right? Like,
yeah,
it's the same thing. I think a couple months ago when Henlo launched on Ramen, and basically you had to have a shit ton of gacha tickets in order to participate.
Yeah.
And some people like me who have more than 200 tickets, I didn't get a single one of them. And then there are accounts that has one ticket and they got this, you know, that this is just this is how shit works. You know?
Yeah.
So I think least expected situation. But I will be very, very happy for someone who doesn't really know that much about Mibera and only have like one that they minted and they held onto it and it becomes a grail, and then they'll just be like, holy shit, what the fuck.
There's actually a raffle with this opportunity. You can win a Mibera through vending machine, and you can get one of ones. That would be crazy if somebody randomly get it.
That would be really crazy, yeah.
Wait, isn't it just for normal Miberas? It's actually for grails?
For grails, one.
No, you can get one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a possibility. It's not guaranteed that you will get a one of one.
Yeah, very exciting next week. Also, the other thing I like to point out, I'm sorry it's kind of taking a little bit longer, the items. So we know for sure there's gonna be 10 floppy disk, right? So that in itself, this is like what I'm talking about when I'm saying like Miberas have the capabilities of reaching in very, very niche or people who have very specific hobbies, and they'll be able to find through that, because a lot of these names you really have to be like a really early cypherpunk to understand. So I think the way I think a lot of people are similar to myself when I look at, you know, certain projects and stuff, and when I notice something that's like, oh my god, this team gets what I like, we have something in common or something, that's like the instant serendipity kind of feeling. The next is obviously like price going up, but like that serendipitous moment is very interesting. I think maybe a lot of like the early Bong Bears and a lot of these guys I know, but they don't know shit about Mibera. you know, for the longest time, anyone asks anything about Mibera, it's don't worry about it, right? That's the answer you get. So I
That's
think
actually interesting.
So
to
that's
me.
it. What do you think? Also, I heard that Barra baddies, a lot of them, they don't know anything about Mibera. They know it exists, and they saw that on Magic Eden, but they don't know nothing about the background. So, what do you think? How could we possibly get them into the Mibera lore?
this is really like weird because they have a lot of traits.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably through Graffin's merch line thing that the Honey Jar is launching. Maybe that's the way, because bear baddies tend to like a lot of like the, and not just like the bear baddies that are in Bear Chain, right? There's like a shit ton of bear baddies that just show up at events and they work in other places and stuff like that. I think it's through this kind of stuff, like offline type of thing. But I'm very excited to see, like, okay, once the Bong Bears and some of the Boo Bears are one of ones, people will post them. And I think that will get a lot of the attention from people who were in Bear Chain very early on. And to be like, hey, why the fuck is this random miladies on Bear Chain holding my bear?
And
Actually,
do you think
I
there will
remember.
be some meetups or raves?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's already happening.
Where?
Baby Bear did one in Denver. East Global in Denver, and then Singapore. So within the
we need to do one in next token 2049.
yeah. So I think the first one happened called B Rave or Bear Rave, B Rave, something like that, at Singapore 2049. I believe that's the correct timeline, and that was like last September, right?
Yeah.
So
Jenny was there.
And then the next one is gonna be at the same place, Singapore again in September.
Oh,
this year.
Probably gonna happen. Yeah.
Are you guys going?
There's two tokens every year since last year.
Should we go and get reg there?
I can't. I will visit next year Dubai. So that would be awesome to have a Mibera rave there.
It'll be called Mibera Rave. Probably.
Mibera rave.
Should be EBC.
What's EBC?
You ain't never been to EDC?
Oh, EDC.
But
okay.
EBC.
I see.
Okay. Anything else?
Good luck.
Happy for next week. Will be very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you to you for being here. That was not the most exciting reveal stream. We only had tattoos and an overlay, but the next one will be a banger, and hopefully Jenny will join us and will explain a lot of stuff. I'm very, very excited. I think a lot about Mibera and the last reveal, and hopefully I can get a 1-of-1, but it's nearly impossible. But yeah, we will see what Tuesday will bring. So thank you guys for being here, and see you on Tuesday. Have a good one.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Miladies on Barache.
The ladies in Bear Chain.
forever. Ciao, Kakao.
Bye bye.